So this is my castle project for my university work. I, like on my development and research notes, went off the Welsh castle. The idea is the player will start here, looking up at the castle and realising they don't have a way to it. So they would find this hole and fall into it, into the underground bit, to which they will sneak underneath the castle. They will reach this abandoned stairwell, and they'll make their way up through different jumping puzzles to the top, to where they can look over the castle and get their surroundings and look back on the town. Now, the idea of this level is that the player must get inside this castle, infiltrate it, sneak past any enemies, and come over to this point here, to where they will release the drawbridge controls. So this will fall down, and the player's army, if this was a full game, would come in and siege the castle. So the player needs to do this so that his army can get through into the castle. So coming back up here again, the player can see where they once were and the drawbridge that they need to get down, and find themselves walking around here to this open bit, and they would fall down here, make their way along here onto the ramparts, following the wall around, coming through here, making their way around. I have left each wall as a breather, because each time you go into one of these you might find yourself having to do a bit of puzzling, a bit of jumping. Coming down to this bit, and then making their way along to the final stretch, to where they would get past this debris up here and finally get to the controls. Now, I will show the level in play for playtesting. If the level was fully done, there would be a lot more environmental things, keeping this underneath bit dark and dingy so the player knew that they were underground. Now that the player's done the whole level, when they get to the final stretch, they'll just have this little segment to do of a small jumping puzzle. Get up here to the final bit, and once they reach this point here, in the game they'll be notified about what they've done, and when they've released the drawbridge over there, they'll be told to run for it, and so they go down here, and at this moment, loads of guards and soldiers will start chasing them out of the castle. So they have this part, instead of having to sneak around and be all stealthy, they'll have to proper book it towards the exit, going through a different way this time. So when they get here, the army will be waiting here, and the player can now fight inside the castle. And there we go. That's the level idea I had for this, and that's the greyboxed version of it. So this level has three different segments. One where you have to jump down the hole, finding it and stuff. Next part would be coming along here, making your way through stealthily, jumping through the castle, trying not being to be spotted. And then you have the third part of the level, where it changes from being stealthy to flat out running, trying to get away from the guards. So there's, throughout the level, different varieties of gameplay, so that the player's never bored or never too one part of the level's not too tedious.